Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Sway here, back with another raid video, and today I wanted to talk about if spending in Raid Shadow Legends is a good idea or not, and kind of my thoughts and opinions on it, just because there's a little bit of controversy going on in this game right now about the spending and whether you should be spending or not, and I kind of want to put my 2 cents in. Just kind of going through all the offers, you can kind of see what's going on. You probably have seen some of these, and again, I have not spent on this account, so these are all free to play, very low prices. You got all your Black Friday deals and stuff coming out, but I mean, even looking at this, guys, most of these, I mean, you're looking at upwards of 30, 40. There's some things, 20 bucks here and there, but I kind of want to just go over it and show you guys that spending isn't necessarily something you have to do in this game, some pros and cons to spending, and maybe you guys can kind of form your own opinion. I'll let you guys know my opinion, but I mean, as far as spending goes, I'm free to play. I have 2 accounts that are free to play, and I'm a pretty strong believer in not spending in this game. My shard count's always going to be kind of low, so I'm not going to have any massive shard pulling videos or nothing like that, but at the same time, it kind of makes you appreciate and value the champions you do get. Just kind of coming in here looking at some of my champions, they're not always going to be pulling bangers, but I mean, some champions, there's those top tier S tier champions that are really gonna change your account, like Taurus, for example. He's absolutely crazy champion, super good. Even Necrit, super good. But I mean, just playing throughout the years and stuff like that, you're gonna be pulling some kind of top tier legendary to help you progress in this game. And even if you're not, I mean, there's always great free to play viable options, right? You have Arbiter, Lydia again. Lydia is a super crazy champion. Awesome champion. She's so much fun to use. You have champions like your Ultimate Death Knights and your ninjas. Once upon a time ago, you were able to get him, and he's also a very huge to any account, really. I mean, spending or not, he's amazing. And then you also have the fusions. Fusions like Kelikath, the Rat King. There was Vlad back in the day. There's all these other awesome champions that you picked up just throughout playing this game, and I kind of want to stress that just being free to play, it's going to take a lot longer to get to some of these spots in the game, but it's also a little more rewarding, right? You're able to go through Doom Tower hard, all free to play. That's a really big accomplishment. You're able to start one keying clan boss with these champions you've picked up over time, and that's also another big achievement. And even coming in here to my clan boss team, I mean, it's pretty doable, right? I mean, Fushan, yeah, he wasn't free, and Ninja's no longer able to get, and then you have Seeker and Demitha in there, but Harris is a farmable rare champion, and Demitha was once part of a fusion event, and Seeker's just an epic, so it makes it a little more doable to reach those some days. And even if you're not doing that, I mean, there's teams out there that are able to push these high crazy numbers that are not unkillable, right? And especially where the game's at right now, there's enough champions. I feel like there's enough champions out there that you're able to go ahead and start farming some of the stage 20 dungeons, right? And we all know that once you start hitting stage 20 dungeons, it's when your account really starts to progress and you're able to start gearing people out a little better and better. And I mean, as long as you're able to do stage 20 Dragon, which I'll switch over to my free to play account here in a second, I'll show you guys kind of where I'm at on that. And it's pretty easy to get to, honestly. But once you start farming that, it opens up so much more opportunity for you to start putting better gear on your champions. And then that in return is going to let you push farther and farther into the game. And granted, the progress is going to be much slower, but at the same time, I don't feel like Raid Shadow Legends is a game that you're meant to sit down and play multiple hours a day. I think you should be getting on to do your essential stuff like your clan boss, your arena, get done with your daily quests so you can start working toward your monthly quests. These are just all fundamental things, and even with the energy and stuff like that, you don't have to necessarily get on and use all your energy every single day. You can save up your energy for different types of events that are coming out and tournaments that are coming out, clan versus clan. So they call this game Wake Shadow Legends for a reason, right? You're going to be holding onto your shards, holding onto your energy, you're going to be holding onto your Great Hall medals as you're accruing them over, the 2 weeks CVC's not on, just for you to use it. And so it makes it a lot easier to start saving these things when you're not just sitting in the game and you're looking at that bright colored summoning portal. You have the summon boost up to 25% chance. They really hit hard with the FOMO in this game. And I'm a strong believer in, if you're a free to play player, you get on, do what you're supposed to do. you know, you're not going to be polling. You have that set in your mind. You're not going to be polling until something better comes up, so you're able to save up your shards a little more. And it just kind of makes, spending your resources harder for you to do. So in return, you save them. So then when those crazy cool events like, a champion chase where you're going to get some kind of legendary event or some type of legendary champion, it makes it a lot more doable, right? Just kind of saving up over time. And kind of onto the, spending. Spending, you are going to have way, way, way faster account progression, right? You are going to be shooting up the ranks. I've seen some accounts that are crazy, crazy hikes. For example, in my clan, I am in Oblivion in the Pajama cluster, and just kind of looking through here, I have quite a bit of pretty big spenders on here, doing crazy, crazy things to Hydra and doing crazy numbers to Clan Boss. Like these teams are absolutely insane, right? And at the same time, they're doing these big numbers and they're carrying me very hard. No doubt about it. They're carrying me super hard. And granted, Hydra isn't my favorite spot in the entire game, but I'm still getting the bottom chest, helping out as much as I can. And let me go back into that. You can see I'm not using like that crazy of a team, right? I mean, Mashald's not necessarily free to play. Neither is Taurus, but I mean, all these champions, I have Mithrala in there, Arbiter, Inquisitor Shamals everywhere, and Mighty Ugos, Ultimate Death Knights. Like, these are all very obtainable champions that you can be switched around. Granted, I'm never going to be doing these crazy numbers that most of my clan mates are hitting, but at the same time, I mean, these guys have double, triple my player power, and power to them for enjoying the game and liking it like that, but I don't really feel like it's necessary to spend, right? I'm still able to complete most of this content, if not all this content that they're able to do it. Maybe not as big of numbers, maybe not nearly as fast, but at the same time, I'm free to play and I'm limited on my resources, so I don't really care how fast I'm doing these runs, right? I'm saving up my energy for different events, like this dragon event. I've been saving up energy all week because I am running 2 accounts. I might as well get on and do my daily quest, save up some energy, and then boom, I can knock this dragon tournament out just like that. And that kind of goes with the fusions too, or the fragment summons. You're saving up the energy, you're saving up the shards, and granted, this most recent fragment chase, super, super bad, only the one summoning event, so that really put a damper on things, but it's still doable, right? It's still doable if you have the champions, and since Raid is so obsessed with giving us these boosted summon chances so often, you're also kind of like double dipping, right? You're going for the fusion, so you're guaranteed a legendary, and then on top of that, you might pull somebody else. Kind of coming into here with the Altar of Souls also, this is something I haven't cared too much about. I don't have a very crazy roster with a bunch of fully awakened, soul stoned out champions, right? If you just look back in here at my roster, Ninja has 1 star, Sun Wukong has 4, but that's just because of the latest event that there was there. And then all these I've just pulled or saved up for. The Taurus I've saved up for, Fushan I've pulled, and they're not going to have the craziest stats because they're not fully awakened, but it's still giving me, the Brimstone buff, the Polymorph buffs, right? And with that small chance, it's still, at the end of the day, it's going to be RNG, whether it's a 6-star or 1 star. Granted, you're going to have more RNG with the 6-star than the 1 star, but it doesn't matter. Who cares if you're losing arena battles, right? Not all of us are trying to push up to platinum and get the platinum things. And even if you were, I mean, if you have the right gear, a couple of the right champs, granted are going to help. But even looking at this team I'm at right here, this is basically a free-to-play team except for Taurus. I got super lucky with him, so take that as you will, but at the same time, he's very replaceable with a lot of different champions, right? There's a lot of different damage dealers that could be doing what he's doing, not nearly as good, but they can still be doing the damage, and I could still be winning with those types of teams. And that's kind of the special thing about Raid is you're going to be pulling all sorts of different champions, and some people are going to have champions that you don't have, you're going to have champions other people don't have, and it shouldn't really matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, this game should be for your progression and your progression alone, and it should be challenging to you to kind of hit these milestones that you save up for, and I almost get more joy out of saving up these shards to then pull. Yeah, granted, sometimes you get really bad champions, and it's like, why was I saving up that whole time? That's the stupidest thing I could have ever done. But I don't know. You're always going to pull more shards. You're always going to want that dopamine rush, and eventually you're going to end up getting these good champions. There's only so many champions in the game, even though there might be hundreds and hundreds of them. There's only so many, and you will eventually pull them if you just stick with the game. And if you don't mind the account progression being a little slower, I don't think it should be that big of a deal, honestly. And you should just enjoy the game for what it is and just play along. And also take breaks. Taking breaks is a really, really big thing. I have taken many, many breaks, and I've always beat myself up over it because, like, the last new champion that came out, they did an event for him, and I missed out on it. And now looking back, I want to kick myself in the butt because he's such a crazy champion. But guess what? In the future, I'm probably going to pull him. And when I do, then that's even more account progression that I look forward to. Same with Pythion and Uko. I took a really, really big break through that time just because I think it's important to take breaks from this game. I don't feel like you should have to feel like you need to get on this game to grind it every single day, because at the end of the day, your account's going to be the exact same when you leave off, and when you come back, you can just start the grind again, and that's just kind of how it goes. That's basically all this game is this game is one big huge grind to keep pushing and pushing for better and better and better. And not to mention, I don't know if you guys have ever been familiar with cheats in like video games like GTA cheats or anything like that, but I see the cheats kind of like spending money in this game, right? You can install the cheats, you can get anything you want in the game, but at the end of the day, you're going to end up not enjoying that very much because you didn't put in that hard work to acquire all these things, right? You just cheated your way to the top, and that's kind of how spending money is in Raid Shadow Legends. A lot of these super top people are coming in the game, they're doing billions and billions of damage to Hydra Boss, they're doing all these things. They have no more progression in the game, except for just pulling champions. And I kind of feel like once it starts to get to that, then it's just, you're almost just spending money to spend money in this game. There's no further progression that you can be getting, so it kind of turns into what's the point of it in a sense, right? I want to be able to get on this game, and I want to be able to dedicate myself to finishing whatever it is up, whether that's the faction wars. If you want to come in here and knock out your faction wars and take your time to do this, this is a really, really awesome thing because it provides you with so much content for such a long time. I mean, this takes for like months and months and months to do, switching around gear, farming it up, just makes you, better and better and better. And that's the same with dungeons, right? I mean, you want to be coming in here, try out Iron Twins once you start hitting maybe some of the hard mode dungeons and the Spider and Fire Knight, some of these regular ones. Once you start hitting hard mode, you can start farming the Iron Twins, right? Start pushing up into the Iron Twins, try and hit stage 15, and it's another great account progression place to be, even in the arena, right? I mean, I kind of feel like once you hit gold 5, it's kind of the end of the road there. I could try and push to platinum, but I don't care to spend the money on the gems and the refreshes and, the arena token refills. I don't care enough to push up to the platinum. So, arena's done. This is a mindless grind. You come in here and you find someone easy to go up against, and then boom, go in, one-shot him in 5 seconds, and there you go. Same with Tag Team Arena, right? This is a big grind I'm stuck on right now where I'm trying to climb the ranks, trying to get up into gold, but at the same time, I'm not very worried about it. It's something that I get to work toward, and it gives me more places to put my time into the game. Even the Doom Tower, right? The Doom Tower, it gives you a place to come in here and try out champions, just like on this most recent one. I'm stuck on floor 118. I'm 2 floors away, and I can beat the Eternal Dragon, but I can't beat this floor. So, uh, learning what I've learned this time, I'm gonna take that in for the when this rotation comes back around, and hopefully I can beat it. And last time on this Doom Tower rotation before, I was stuck down here at floor 112, and you make that little bit of progress with each rotation that comes through, and it helps you out so much more. And I'll hurry and hop over to my free to play and kind of show you guys a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So now we're over here on my other free to play account, and this was an old referral account. It's only at level 53. It's on day, I just got done with 132, and this account is the one I've actually been having the most fun on. At the same time, I've kind of felt a little stuck just because I have some pretty decent champions, but there's like no one really in here that's, wow, that's gonna change my account. I haven't been like extremely lucky with the epics that I've pulled. I'm super lucky and got a Cold Heart alongside an Apothecary, so those have been a huge help. And Geomancer, of course, has been a huge help. But Melga, I mean, she's someone I used in my Faction War team on my main account, and she wasn't even to 60 on that account. But this account, I was kind of able to take her up to 60, and she's been a huge part of my team. She's a lot of the reason I'm able to do most of the stuff I can do in this. And even coming in here to the dungeons, again, I have that really, really helps my case with hitting Dragon Stage 20. But I'm able to go in here and do Stage 20 on this level 53 account, and that has massively, massively improved what I'm able to do in this game. I'm slowly working up Clan Boss right now. Clan Boss, I'm 1 King Hard, 2 King Brutal. I'm pushing really hard to start to be able to 1 Key Brutal and then start working up to Nightmare. And I'll get there, It's a long, slow grind, but at the same time, I don't think that you should be playing this game all day long, because I found out in the past that when I'm sitting here just, I'll find myself, I get rid of all my red dots, do everything I need to do for the day, and I'm sitting here, and I'm just sitting here looking at this main screen, and you have this bright, glowing gold portal over here with, when you click on it, you look in here and, oh man, these are such crazy champions, right? And that kind of tempts you to go ahead and pull. And I think it's really important to not really look at these resources, let them build up over time. Just come in here, do what you got to do every single day, do your clan boss, do some arena, finish up all your quests for the day. If there's anything else you want to be doing, tournaments, anything, knock those out. But then, get off the game. I feel like this is a game that's it's a mobile game, this isn't a AAA title game where they expect you to be playing hours and hours and hours at a time. Granted, a lot of the things in this game take a lot of time to do, but to just come in here, do your quest, do your clan boss, and maybe some tournaments, you're only going to be playing this game for about an hour, if that, a day. Mixed in with a bunch of, you're going to be more AFKing this game than anything. And if you're able to just put it on your phone when you get off of work or something like that, put on some auto battles on your phone, let it go, don't even think twice about it, and then, you can come back, check out your gear if you want to, but at the same time, just save your gear until there's another tournament or event that's really going to progress your account, and then that's when you can go in and spend that little extra time min-maxing your gear and leveling things up and switching people around and trying new things. I think it's a lot healthier way to play this game, and in return, I kind of feel like that's why free-to-play is a bit better in this game. You're never going to be the best at this game. There's always going to be somebody out there with a crazier account that spent more money than you, that's gotten luckier than you. I mean, look at this guy right here. Tupac right here. He's got a Taurus, Ultimate Death Knight, and a level 50 Ninja on a level 34 account. I mean, this is the other problem I ran into with free-to-play is there's some accounts out there with people just getting absolutely lucky. I ran into more mythicals down at this level than I have on my main account up in Gold 5, and they're all level 50 accounts. Super, super lucky people. I kind of feel like that's a different topic about buying accounts and stuff like that. It's a different topic for a different video I'd like to do. But I kind of wanted to just go over some pros and cons of spending in this game and not spending in this game. And if you guys were on the fence, I'm kind of hoping that I could kind of lean you toward one way, because at the end of the day, this is a game, and real life expenses should always take way bigger priority than Raid Shadow Legends. It's an absolutely great game, absolutely stunning game. I have so much fun playing it. The community is so cool. Plarium can do some very sketchy things, but we do have to admit they've gave us a very great, fun game that is very in-depth and has built a great community around with some great content creators. And I don't think we really have to go and, suckle at Plarium's whatnot and praise them for everything they've given us. And I kind of feel like they should reciprocate it a little more back to their community, but it is a great game, and you don't have to spend to enjoy this game, and I kind of hope that this video helped you guys out deciding whether or not you were trying to spend money in this game, what spending money in this game would actually do for you, or if you should be free to play. And I said, I think free to play is the perfect option to go, because when you're gaining those legendary tomes, when you're gaining those shards, you're never going to feel bad when you're not pulling these crazy champions. But when you go down a couple $100 into this game to just get that one legendary champion, and it ends up being, a gentry, that can really put a different kind of pressure on you. And I kind of feel like a lot of buyer's remorse comes from doing that. So I mean, there's crazy examples out there of other people's accounts that are also free to play. I know that Boozer, he has two in-game accounts that are both free to play, and he's absolutely amazing at this game. He's super, super fun to watch, so if you haven't checked him out, definitely check out his videos. He does a lot of arena guides, live arena guides, and he's a super impressive player, and he can kind of show you more of the end game free to play stuff and what's possible with free to play. I mean, he's in Gold 1 or Gold 2 live arena right now. I love watching his videos about that. Super fun. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe you guys got a little bit more of an idea. Let me know if you guys are going to go free to play. I know there's kind of a movement going on right now with the no spend in December. Let me know if maybe you guys are cutting back on the spending, or if you enjoy spending money in this game, because either way, I don't think you should be shunned for the way you enjoy playing this game. Plarium needs to make their money to keep these servers up, and if there are mega whales out there willing to spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars so we can all keep playing this game, they can do it, and they can fight amongst themselves. I can do what I need to do in this game, and I can accomplish anything I want in this game. It may take some time, may take some determination, but it is 100% doable. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm out of here for the day. I hope you guys have a great night. See ya.